Hey guys! So this is the second part of an overall face video. The first part was me putting on my foundation, and then now I'm about to contour, highlight, and put my blush on. And the finished product is going to be this look, so definitely look for the next couple of videos on that. And if you want to see just foundation and finishing powder, what I did, how I applied it, what I used, you can check out the previous video. Thanks. Bye. I picked out my Kors bronzer in Santorini to use for contouring today. Also, I'm using just one of my contour brushes. This one's from Sephora. When you're picking a brush to do contouring with, you want to pick something that's relatively small so that you have a good bit of control with it. You also want to pick something that has relatively tightly packed bristles. That way the color is going to be pretty prominent. You can always go back and diffuse it a little bit with a fluffier brush if you want to, or just use less product. But I like to get a pretty strong contour line going and then just blend it out. So when I contour my nose, I just go right up the side of it and I bring that contour all the way up till it meets with the bottom part of my brow. Next, I like to take a little bit of bronzer and I kind of squish the brush, and then I run it just in that deeper part of the philtrum there, and it just really makes your lips a little bit more prominent, makes them pop out. I also like to add a little bit of contour in like an upside down U shape along my chin, just to bring it outwards a little bit. Now for contouring the sides of my face, you'll see me use my finger like that, and I just find my cheekbone and then I start my contour right under that cheekbone. So right where it would cast a shadow if it was pushed out a little bit further is where I want to apply that contour to make it appear to be a shadow. Then I just take it and go on my temple and bring it into the corner of my eye, and I blend that contour up into the hairline and back down into my cheekbone contour, and then I go along the bottom edge of my jaw for some separation between my face and my neck. And then I just kind of go over it and make everything a little bit darker if I want it to be darker. I have two go-to products for highlighting, and the Girl Meets Pearl by Benefit is one of them. And I just crank that up a little bit and it disperses through the top. And I swipe that with my finger, make sure your hands are clean, and then I just pat it on my cheekbone. And it blends in really nicely with your foundation, doesn't leave lines. This MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle is my other go-to product, and I always just run that right over the top of the Girl Meets Pearl. And here I'm using a soft focus face brush from BareMinerals, but you can use just about any soft bristled brush to do the same thing. That darn piece of hair would not stay. But yeah, just buff it in and it blends in. See how it catches the light really pretty? And it's just a really natural glow. That's one of the things I love about those two products together. Now I just take a little bit of that Girl Meets Pearl and run it up one of the sides of the philtrum and along my Cupid's bow. And that further gives me dimension above my lips because I do like to emphasize those. And then I put just a dab on the point of my chin there to help bring that out and offset the contour I just did. And then again I run that MAC Skin Finish over it. Now I'm doing the bridge of my nose. Like I did with offsetting the chin, I want to offset that contour down the sides of it. So I just put my highlight there on the bridge, and then I run over that with the Mineralized Skin Finish too. I went ahead and did the other side of my cheek already, and now I'm taking that Girl Meets Pearl just above the arches of my eyebrows and dotting that on. I like to do it on the sides of my eyebrows rather than in the middle of my forehead because I do get oily, and when I have it right smack dab in the middle of my forehead, I just feel like it makes my T-zone look oily. So personal preference for me to break that forehead highlight up. And then I do it on both sides and take the Mineralized Skin Finish and just dust it over. And see how just luminous those products make your skin? It's just wonderful. I can't believe it. I picked my Flowers blush from BareMinerals. It's a really pretty coral, and I realized I had misplaced my blush brush, so I forgot to film putting on the blush for you guys, but I'll show you what it looked like. And I realized I left my blush brush in the car. So my blush is already on, but I'm just going to pretend here to show you where I put it. I start with it just under my pupil there, just a line, and I bring it all the way back to my temples, and I do that on both sides. Okay, so here's something I just want to ask. Is it normal to get addicted to these things? Because I got a bag of Jordan almonds because I had like a hankering for them. This is not the bag I got. This is like the third bag I've got in like 3 days, and this is 13 1/4 ounces, so it's like very near a pound of nuts with candy on them. And I've eaten them to the point where my mouth is like raw, and I can't stop. I don't know why.